Universe.
Greetings, I'm Shad.
And greetings, I'm Tyranth.
And Tyranth, Huston Jones.
Yeah, this came up on my feed, and I haven't watched it yet. I have no idea what's going on.
He's at it again. I like the guy. He's a load of fun.
The last time we did, he did the Warhammers, right?
Yes.
I had some personal pet peeves with it, just because you can't really test them on a person. Mm-hmm. Chainmail's different though, so I'm excited for this one.
Where he is Huston, he is putting his body on the line as he usually does for fun, just to see how much pain he can hack, right? But this one is particularly interesting for us because he is now seeing how much pain he can tolerate while wearing authentic medieval chainmail and a gambeson underneath. He goes out of his way and he actually makes this legit armor.
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
It is, but we rarely see this. When people on YouTube often do, like, I'm going to do something with medieval armor, hit, shoot, do whatever.
Is it riveted?
I think it's riveted.
Okay. All right.
Like, they just cheap out and get LARP grade junk.
It's not that I think that they cheap out. I just think they don't know.
They don't know, yeah.
And the first thing you type when you type these things in is not legit stuff. Mm. You actually have to kind of go to niche websites and storefronts. So if he's going, maybe watch one of our videos.
Hey, that would be great. Yeah. Huston, mate, we think you're awesome. And it's funny because we've kind of done this only a little bit where we put Kramer in our medieval breastplate and started hitting that and to see how much he was willing to, allow to be hit.
We've made so many videos, my memory is not good on these things, but I swear we've put gambeson and mail on and done something. We've had to. I swear we have.
But a lot more force gets transferred through mail. And so the information he's giving in this, I actually find quite interesting because he allows his friend to go pretty hard and you get to see how much this chainmail gambeson is actually dispersing, even with being so flexible.
Right.
So let's dive into it. And already from the gate, this is just a sneak preview as to what happens in the video.
No, we're done there. Oh. Chainmail, an iconic piece of armor designed to stop cuts and slashes, but not so great against blunt force trauma or piercing weapons like arrows.
It's riveted.
But it is riveted.
I think we've got the exact same.
We might have something similar to this, right? And everything he says here is accurate. It's good against slashes and thrusts. Varying things. Blunt force is where chainmail can struggle, but it will still protect you to some level.
Yes.
I get hit with blunt objects all the time. So naturally, I'm curious just how much pain and damage can chainmail really reduce. To find out, I'm breaking out my massive arsenal of blunt weapons and putting this armor
that's
the ultimate test.
Does he do any slashing weapons?
I don't think so. That would actually...
Because that's something where I think he could go reasonably heavy and get some good results and also not technically be in that much danger.
Yeah, I would actually completely agree.
Because we know that blunt force destroys mail. That's the point.
Yeah. I don't know if Huston will end up watching this, but if he does, because he's willing to sacrifice himself in this endeavor, sorry that we're covering your face, but discussion portion here, is that chainmail and gambeson will stop every sword strike, really, but as to how much blunt force still gets through to injury is valid information I would be interested to see.
Yeah, especially if it's on an extremity, like one of your arms.
And I wouldn't want to do it myself, but this is, Huston, this is your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
If you would need some decent swords, some valid historical swords. And
what we mean by that is just a sword that is like a nice spring steel sword, not something that's going to bend or break.
Nothing too overly heavy. And you'd have to be careful because you could even do it with a sharp sword because sharp is not going to chop through proper riveted mail.
No.
But then you could gauge how much blunt force is getting through. I would wear head protection in case there's a deflection or something like that. You need to be safe with it.
Just tape up the tip as well.
Yeah, tape up the tip. Be safe as you can. But I would legitimately be interested to see your feedback as how much blunt force a sword pushes through chainmail and gambeson.
Are we technically inciting self-harm?
I'm half...
I don't know.
I'm half tempted to try this myself.
I'm going to stop now.
To do a Huston Jones type video. We've got the gear.
Yeah. Our mail's kind of...
getting.
Yeah.
It's getting on in there.
Back to me, or will I end up regretting everything? There's only one way to find out. And as always, don't try anything seen in this video at home.
Though, I'm not sure if he's either wearing his chainmail backwards, but it's riding up on the neck a bit.
Yeah.
And so sometimes if chainmail is probably made, it'll have a higher on the back, and you can actually, but it's hard to tell what's forward and what's back.
I think that might be backwards.
Yes, to me. For this experiment,
Yeah,
I'm wearing
I think it was backwards because
Couple ideas.
I wonder if he tested it on the front and then he filmed the
because now he's wearing it properly. See, it's much lower around the neck, so the intro he was wearing it backwards.
Experiment,
and now
I'm
that would be
wearing
more
two
comfortable.
You thought we wouldn't notice.
We're medievalists, Houston. we pay attention to these kind of things.
Because we've also put it on backwards because we've ruined
Yes, I know.
It's like, it cuts into your neck a lot.
We have blasted our riveted mail. We've actually thrust through and tested to destruction at points, and so because the front is there, we put it on backwards sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's masking.
which is essentially a cloth.
Okay, so this is funny, right?
I'm wearing two things.
Two things?
A Gabenson?
Yeah. Yes, it's a Gambison, but I find it funny. He's so unfamiliar with it. He even has a bit of trouble, pronouncing it. But this looks like a legit Gambison.
139 US. I'm not familiar with these particular ones. Like I haven't got a Gambison from them. It looks kind of thin.
On the thin side, but Gambisons came in a variety.
Yeah. So like, I'm happy that he's got it.
Yeah. In terms of padding under armor, there is regular people who opt to thinner ones because they're relying on the mail for most of the protection. Yeah. But if you're it's interesting because the thickness of the Gambison is going to really affect how much blunt force is dispersed.
Yeah.
Which is essentially a cloth armor piece that goes underneath armor.
Yep.
And then I'm wearing riveted.
Let me put it this way. I wouldn't spar in it.
Yeah, look at this. 9mm steel oiled, riveted, flattened rings.
9mm steel chainmail.
Nailed it.
I'm not a medieval expert.
I don't think he mentions just how it feels on him because something like that probably weighs 12 kilos.
And you put a belt on it to kind of...
Well, he's not wearing a belt, so that's probably just hanging on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Because the belt then kind of, cushions it, and then the lower part hangs from the belt instead of your shoulders.
Yeah. Right.
We don't... This is the point... Actually, it wasn't too bad. But that's a sword. It's meant for that.
But see, we want the so he does the light hits a sword, but they're very light.
But that's also
a sword. It's meant for
that.
For this test, I broke out a ton of weapons that we have used in previous videos, all of which have caused me great pain and damage. We're gonna start with the easiest and work our way up to the hardest or most painful. The question is, will they still cause me all that pain and damage with the chainmail?
I just love his friend is so ready to hit him.
I'm not sure, but that's what we're here to find out.
You know what's funny about this? Sorry, it just occurred to me. This is a wild thought. If I was doing what he was doing, the person who's hitting me, I would make sure that they are expert level. Because do you know how important it is to get your aim right when you hit someone? So having just your friend do it with all these dangerous ass weapons, I just thought of that. That's wild. I'm more worried about his aim than him being able to take it.
Yeah. Be able to.
No.
With your muscle and with this metal.
Gambison?
How does he say it? Gabinson.
With your muscle and with this metal.
Gambison?
Gambison, however you say it. That's a new word for me today.
Just trying. I appreciate it.
Up first is a tactical mace. Now, this is a more modern weapon.
That's just like a big chunk of polyurethane.
I'm curious what it can do
by the look of it. Yeah. It'll still hurt
against the chainmail.
I think it'll penetrate nicely. 50%.
Yeah, I can definitely feel that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I can definitely. Yeah.
Did it feel any different? From should we lift it up and try a 50? Or
no.
No.
It definitely protected me from getting stabbed.
Helped with the stabbing.
But the force transfer went all the way to my butthole.
Ooh, that was only 50.
So, in the stomach as well. That would hurt.
But do you imagine?
Because you hit me in the belly button.
If I do 100, you think it'll go out the mouth?
Well, all the holes are connected.
Unfortunately.
Let's do 75. I'm now.
So it's going up to full 75.
Yeah.
Well, I'm scared.
Force.
And that doesn't make me feel better.
It's also interesting where you strike.
Yes.
Because in combat, obviously, you can get hit anywhere, sure, but I don't know if your your
Just
stomach
flat on the stomach. Like,
is the perfect spot.
some of the more common ones are going to be on the sides,
Shoulders,
the arms,
shoulders.
and then like up there, maybe on the sides as well. But a flat hit, like the hits to the torso, are going to be more thrust centric than
Self-defense mace, 75% power.
75% now.
Yeah.
I have a proposition.
What?
I wear this the rest of the year.
I still don't think that's 75 though.
You
There's no hips, there's no nothing. That's just
just on the arm, 75. Yeah.
And then you can hit me a little harder with stuff.
No. Let me finish my assessment of it first.
All right.
Sorry, it just reminds me when we were hitting each other with the lightsabers, and Nate was the only one that held back, and you and I just cracked it.
3, 2, 1. Oh! See, I hit light. Come here.
Close to 100%. I don't want you to, like, swing at me like you want to murder me, but more like you want me to get out of your house.
Okay.
Sorry, it's an
Does
arm
that make
100%
sense?
now.
Like not an angry one, but like a mad one.
Yeah, you're stern about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. 100.
Yeah, you can feel that. But I know one thing, I could not take that hit without this on. So it does do.
Because that is interesting. It's like, it hurt, but it's not something you would ever want to do without the armor.
Yeah, and I think the interesting thing is, keep in mind, if you had adrenaline going and you're actually fighting someone...
Yeah, you could probably just keep push through it.
Yeah, and especially because getting hit right here is like the worst spot to get hit. Don't get me wrong, getting hit in the head and the neck, sure, but I'm talking about on my general body, getting hit here can wind you.
Yeah, you feel it.
Getting hit on the arm, something like that, you could probably tank that better.
Yeah.
Oh, it does do something.
Oh, just a couple red marks. Not bad.
It's not that bad?
Nope.
Recently, we've exposed a major flaw with the Honshu tactical swords, which is unfortunate because they make some of the best blades that we have ever reviewed. And in our review of the Honshu broadsword, unfortunately, the pommel snapped off. That's the weak point, that's the issue, and it's a consistent flaw. But the blade is great and we didn't want to lose it. So we have an exclusive video where we repaired it and re-hilted it into this beauty right here. And if you want to know how to re-hilt a sword, especially if it's got a great blade like the Honshu ones, well, you can find out by signing up and becoming a supporter. Just $1 a month, and that's through Patreon, Subscribestar, or channel memberships, and you can see our build video of how we re-hilted the Honshu broadsword into this gorgeous bastard sword that you see right here, and get to see us put it to the test once more, because it actually has improved the overall sword in terms of balance and other features. That video is coming out this week, or it's out already, so thank you to all our supporters, and now let's get back to the video.
Up next is a brass head mace.
Interesting, that's actually a historically authentic mace right there.
It's nice and cute.
On the little side.
Yeah.
A bunch of little spikes on it. Small ones.
Well, they just have like a rolling pin back in the day and plop some metal on it.
There was probably an armorer or a weaponsmith that did it.
Sorry, I just...
You are the worst squire. I tell you what, 50% power to the stomach. I'm
50%.
scared, but I think I can
That's
handle
going to
at least
concentrate
50.
it a lot more,
50.
though.
That was worse. Yeah, that was worse.
I might predict 55, 60.
It's doing good at dispersing the impact.
Because that is, like, as flexible it is, it's still dispersing some of that force.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was used for a reason. And I'm just so glad that it's doubling up the Gambison and chainmail together.
But I mean, keep in mind, what we're watching here is we're watching weapons that are specifically good at getting past chainmail. Like, you're not going to break through the chainmail, so you're going to smash everything inside of it.
Yeah, you hit me on like the shoulder bone there.
Yeah, that was a
and
weird noise.
If I didn't have this on, that would hurt really bad. Let's try 75.
Okay.
Make sure you don't hit me with a stick, though.
Oh.
Be careful.
Got it. 75.
Ah! Yeah, I feel that more. Oh, okay. You hit me like right here.
Yep. There's some red marks.
Oh, yeah. I'll
It's
tell you
doing
what, I
a
think
good job. It's standing, you know?
It's doing a good job.
Well, there we
'Cause
go.
Imagine just the chainmail smacking against you. That probably would hurt a lot more, but the padding is nice.
Gonna be one of the few
And
videos without blood.
imagine, because you can get like Gambisons that's easily double the thickness of what he's wearing.
Yeah.
And you could probably take a good chunk with real serious padding underneath.
That would take out a lot. Yeah.
I thought about that. Yeah. But I think we can get some bruises. All right, Mark. Let's do a soft 100. Keep it in the
A soft 100.
Yeah.
Okay.
center, please. I don't want to break a rib.
I'll aim for
I guess
your,
just the arm.
duodenum. 100. Saucy.
So that's clearly not the maximum force he could produce, but that had some zip on it. That you could hear the impact.
I'm just curious if he had gotten a more appropriate Gambison, how much that would affect the results.
I think it'll actually he might be surprised how dramatic this resistance.
It doesn't feel good, I'll
up.
say that much, but there's no way I was taking that without the chainmail.
Of course.
No, not at all. You have broken a lot of things.
Just still the redness?
Yeah.
See,
That's pretty good.
Ooh. Hold on. Go back a minute. I'm just trying to see the inside lining. Yeah, see, that's
It's pretty thin.
Yeah, that is.
But at least he's wearing. I'm glad he is, because the combo is certainly helping. But even thicker Gambison.
But that's like the bare minimum Gambison, I would say.
4-pack, but thank you.
Hey, you're cutting down to 200, remember?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah, we all are.
Up next, the good.
That thing is weird.
That's some good. I want that.
So it looks plastic.
Yeah, but I want it. It's like one of those urethane self-defense.
But it would hurt. That would hurt quite a bit.
You could kill someone with that. Easy.
That's like a flanged mace, but with fewer flanges.
Yeah.
The good old Jaeger mace.
My favorite.
I was almost castrated with this once, but also it's punched a lot of holes in my skin. Now, this is kind of like the mix of a blunt and piercing weapon, I think. But it is, plastic, some kind of polyurethane or something. We'll try a variety of hits on my legs with this, and we'll see how it feels. First hit with the Jaeger mace. I'm feeling confident after the last two tests. We'll start with 50% power. We won't go dead on a spike. We'll kind of turn it sideways at first.
Turning it side, that's going to reduce the pain quite a lot.
Yeah.
Pansy.
You think that's fair? I mean, it's his choice.
I mean, you're really strong.
But we want to see the spike.
My liege.
My liege.
I think this will feel nice. This will feel swell.
50.
It didn't feel swell.
I feel like you missed.
His reactions are great. It's just
I
like
think this will feel nice. This will feel swell.
50.
It didn't feel swell. Holy that was much worse. My chainmail
Oh yeah, that can happen.
stuck to itself.
I thought I broke something with that noise.
Ow!
So
Ow!
I feel like he hit
bit too low.
bit too low. Gambison's really thin. So like
Hit a little low.
No, yet.
That was good.
It was good.
Okay, good.
You know what's good? My leg's quivering.
Ooh.
Damn.
Ooh.
Ow! That's much worse.
Yeah, just with all these different weights.
Yeah, I mean, the design on that is vicious.
yeah, beautiful, isn't it?
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I mean,
75.
out of steel, probably be too heavy.
I love it either way. That's a beautiful. That's a.
For context, I would never get hit 75% power with this.
75%.
No!
That one felt. That one looked painful.
Yeah.
Okay. God, the force transfer it just transfers right through it. I'll tell you what. Yeah, it's like the one that you feel in the knee, but it's upsetting because you can't really see much on my leg. But my leg feels a lot. Okay, we're done on this leg. We'll go to the other leg.
Wow. So that's an actual flanged mace, but not a spike
Up next
piece
is
flanged
the
mace.
Gothic mace. I got hit with this in one video, and I don't think we ever use it again. It's got some heft. It's all metal. We'll use my other leg for this.
I like the metal on metal.
Do you think it's going to be better or worse than that other one? That other one had a longer handle, and it seems like its overall mass was actually because this is so much smaller.
Yeah. It also has a less aggressive design.
Yeah. So this might be
sounds-
even
it does
though
sound
it's
nice.
metal. It depends on
But
the
does
weight.
it feel
really.
nice?
No.
I swear that dude is like he's aiming low at.
All right, that felt.
Go frame by frame. Watch. He's aiming around
But does it
there,
feel nice?
but then when he hits, he's like,
Oh.
it's like a golf swing.
No, we're done there. Oh, I got 2 more weapons to do. I can't. I got 2 more weapons. What the f?
It's just all these different.
I guess surprised him.
Yeah. I think it's because he hit it right above the knee, and that's like, oh no.
Weights and all these, you're
You're the
asking,
worst damn squire.
you're asking a lot of a square. Yeah, there's a lot more weight behind.
Houston has just kind of like latched onto that primal, caveman thing in people where it's sometimes funny to see people get hurt.
I funnily think that this one will be not as bad as the others.
Less concentrated?
Yeah, you got larger surface area, and those studs, I don't like. They're not going to get. They're not thicker than the mail.
They won't do much to concentrate that force because
they're not spikes.
the chainmail and Gambison is just going to
We should have
disperse
saved that mace for last, honestly.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I do think the last one we have is the best.
That's fair.
50% power.
50.
It's worse than the Jaeger mace. Yeah.
Worse than the Jaeger mace, but not the
the other one.
flange
Yeah,
mace.
okay, yeah.
Let's try 70 on the other leg. I need, at this point, I need to be swapping legs. If I was a king, I'd kill you on the spot.
I'd sleep with your mom. 70.
71.
Yeah, okay. I'm okay there. I'm all right there. Definitely not enough.
It's interesting as well because he's hitting on the same legs that he's already been hit on. So how much does it hurt?
I wonder.
Because getting hit for the first time, painful. But getting hit on the same spot a couple of times,
And I enjoy the content. It's just he has to move from body part to body part because
I know.
which I get completely. But it also means it's a bit hard to compare apples for apples because different body parts will receive pain differently.
Yeah, especially when they've received repeated trauma.
Yeah.
Get 100 on that one. Not enough protection.
Yeah. Might need 2 of those.
2 chainmails.
Yeah.
See, interesting. He's talking about layering the mail. That would do less than getting a thicker gambus.
Yeah, just get a
Double the thickness. Some get up to like 4 times thicker than probably what he's wearing.
Mark's gonna shoot me with a blunt-tipped arrow. Historically speaking, don't do that!
Blunt-tipped arrow.
English longbow?
So, it's a fiberglass arrow, really light. I don't think he's gonna feel much at all from this.
It's not the bow, it's the string.
I'm a square.
how much poundage is the like I
Oh yeah, that's right.
like I don't know how
Piercing.
Like
this one is complicated.
war bows are hard to find and buy. If you just bought this off Amazon, max is probably £40.
Yeah, it's a blunt tip arrow, meaning it has a larger surface area than an actual arrow, which is made to get through the links.
I think the chainmail will offer decent protection here.
I think this one, like, because the bow doesn't look that powerful, and then they, and look at, he's flexing it pretty easily in hand. It's probably like closer to 30 or 20 pound, this thing.
Okay, he doesn't know how to drink the bow.
You're going the wrong way.
There's a wrong way.
Yeah.
What a night.
Yeah, that was not hard to string.
Arrowhead we're using
That's
is
a
this
light
red
bow.
one. Pop me in the back. This is a 30-pound bow.
30 pound, there we
Oh,
go.
that's
Too bad.
I called it.
that's nothing. I don't even think that's rated for hunting. Hunting's 45, isn't it?
Usually around there. Like,
And let me put it this way: chainmail is harder to get through than a deer. So
yeah. Now, I'm not encouraged about, like, I wonder what it would feel like to be shot by one of our 100-pound bows. With,
yeah, I would love to know, but I'm not doing that.
At all.
Well, let me get some head protection for this one, though, just in case.
You got a Viking helmet.
That won't help. 30-pound bow, blunt arrow to the back.
Fire in the hole!
Especially with a fiberglass.
Yeah, there's
Arrow.
not a lot of mass in the arrow.
Really anything, right?
Yeah, let's get the 50-pound.
Yeah.
50. Oh, they have a 50-pound bow.
Louise! Fire in the hole!
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, that's great. This stuff is great. Well, when it comes to the lighter blunt weapons, chainmail is surprisingly effective at reducing pain and damage.
I mean, and I think this test is more valid because it's using real mail and some padding, not huge amounts, but and is finding that that's the reason why people used it historically. This stuff does work surprisingly well.
However,
I am surprised that he didn't do any other weapons, like a Dane axe. Not that I expect him to do a full Dane axe, but just different shaped weapons.
Yeah.
Now, I know there were different shaped weapons, but there were a lot of maces, essentially. You know, got the carbo in there. But trying maybe the beak of one of the things, because I'm not talking about a bladed beak, one of those thick ones. Because that would actually concentrate that force on the mail. It wouldn't get through the mail, especially with those sorts of strikes, but you would... The pain feedback.
If Huston does end up watching this... If he's interested in doing some its content for you, mate, we have some weapons that we could send you that to try out on some armor, on some, you know.
At the very least, we can, if you want to get them yourself, we can show you where to get them
as well.
Especially with the Gambison as well.
What weapons would you actually want to see him test? Like, what about the breastplate? Wouldn't fit him; it's too big. So that's unfortunate. But I am genuinely interested in seeing if he wants to try swords against chainmail and Gambison. I might have a Gambison that can fit him. I think I've got some larger ones.
I think some swords with some Gambison stuff, maybe a Dane axe. That'd be good.
Dane axe, because we've got a gnarly Dane axe. the big one that people will be wondering and wanting would be the Beck.
Yeah, I don't see a safe way to do that at all. And he's got the hammers there.
He's got the hammers.
They're similar enough.
So Huston, if you look up our videos with the Beck de Corbin, it's the most deadly medieval weapon. In terms of melee weapons, it's like we almost regard it as the most deadly medieval weapon.
That doesn't mean it's the best. It just means it's the most deadly.
Like, it's crazy. If he's interested, I'm willing to send it to him just for him to have some fun with it. Like, reach out, mate, if you're interested, of course.
Chainmail is surprisingly effective at reducing pain and damage. However, against the heavier blunt weapons, its protection drops significantly.
Yes, and that is variable dependent on the padding underneath the Gambison you're wearing.
As a general statement, that is correct.
It is correct.
Like, that's how you defeat some chainmail, smash someone with something that's a blunt force weapon, and you'll just destroy the insides. Against swords and smaller stuff, if you're not going to thrust through it, blunt force is your way.
Yeah.
That's
it's
a
still
general
better than wearing nothing, and it allowed me to take harder hits than I would have.
Yeah, because chainmail's so flexible. Sometimes people are surprised at how much force it does disperse, because it still does. It does a decent job in protecting you compared to wearing nothing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Talking about blunt force.
Otherwise, but it's definitely not saving you from a full power strike with a heavy weapon, which you probably could have guessed before watching this video, but now we know for sure.
Yeah, and that's the fun of it.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, we have relaunched our Shadowversity t-shirts.
They were there the whole time.
Well, now they're better. We actually have we've got new designs, better material, going through a new company. They're available right now, and some of the classics are there as well.
Yes, a whole bunch of the old ones, chainmail ones. What about dragons?
Yep.
And there's a couple of new ones. I say new; they're like over a year old, but
we haven't gotten around.
We never really spoke about them, so they're there if you want them. There's the Shadow of the Conqueror one, and there is Katanas Are Not Magic.
That might trigger some people.
Both hand-drawn by me, actually. So,
gorgeous stuff.
Check them out.
And also the new Shadowversity logo shirts are there as well, and we'll be adding more on top of that. So they should either be integrated or embedded into the videos flat now, and you can get an awesome shirt, swordy kind of shows you your enthusiasm, and big support to the channel as well.
Check them out.
Real world evidence, so you're welcome for that.
Thank you, Huston. We appreciate you, mate. I loved it. I thought the video was great.
This was great, yeah.
Fun video. And if he does, Huston, if you end up watching this, there's even more content that you could, mine out of this concept, because medieval weapons are fun, and this is just an interest I have. Yeah. And because he's willing to put his body on the line more than others, more than me.
You see how much more interesting this was because he had proper mail?
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, all right, let's do it. Yeah.
Like, this makes you wonder, like, if you could get his hands on a full medieval harness and test how much damage resistance that grounds, but that is much harder to get your hands on.
But see, like, I would be even more interested if the Gambison was proper as well, because then I'll be like, how much higher could they go?
Well, that's what I was saying before. I think even with a thicker padded Gambison, he might be surprised at how much additional resistance that offers.
Yeah.
But heaps of fun. Now, if you want to see our other Huston Jones reaction video, we've got it right there, as well as a whole load of additional content here on Shadowversity. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. Check out this one. Hope to see you there.